Yeah, that's supposed to be covered. You're not supposed to see that. And it gets worse. But first, let's get the chainsaws. That gave you a little hint about what I'm talking about. Gonna get the chainsaws. We got some work to do. I think we're gonna have some roof damage. Here comes April. I do think there's roof damage. I think we're gonna have to definitely replace that flashing. Come on, you can just leave it parked there. All right, so the job, I guess now, I was gonna get the generator running, but I think now we're gonna have to get this tree cut out of the way. It's that rotten one too.
Just about to ask, is it the other half of the one that fell down?
Yeah, and that's life lesson. If the tree looks dead, cut it down before it falls on your well house. Yeah. All right, well.
Luckily, it looks like it was only the tip of the branches.
Yeah.
It wasn't the trunk of the tree.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to record anything else. I just got to get this cut out.
Nothing to do it. Nothing to do but to do it. So, what's the saying?
Figure it out.
I can't remember.
Nothing to it but
Nothing
to do it.
but to do it. Yep. Let's just do it. Okay, so it's Friday, September 27th. Hurricane Helene has just hit everybody. Obviously, we are not near as bad off as some of the other people. We're not trying to claim that, but this was certainly not on the agenda for today. It somehow hit the well house. We don't know yet because we haven't gotten to it. So we're just out cutting it. If you've not been following the channel for long, one thing about me and Bobby is we're gonna jump in on it together. And I definitely appreciate all that he does and all the hard work he puts in, and he appreciates all the hard work that I put in right back to it. But I'm not gonna be sitting on the couch inside while he's out here doing this when I could help. So we're gonna get on it. We're changing the chainsaw blades and gonna get this cut down as quick as we can so he can get to restoring the well so that we can have water, because we don't have power, and means we don't have water because our water is on a well. So he came down here to wire it up to where he can hook it to the generator and found a tree. So let's get this done. These trees are so branchy, if that makes sense, that it's just hard to get in there. Like, you're literally digging into the tree and going tree climbing to try to get into where you need to cut it. But we're making progress. Well,
Yeah, got a hole in the roof. Gonna have to replace it.
Bobby just discovered we have one hole in the roof, so we're gonna have to replace some of the roof panel. Hopefully just one, but maybe 2 panels. And the tree is cleared, at least from the roadway. Some of it's pushed over into the tree line that was here. So we've got that taken care of. It was a rotten tree, and half of it had fallen a couple months back, and the other half took a tumble during the storm. So you can see that was completely rotted. And honestly, probably should have took care of this before.
There goes April. We got everything cut out. She's gonna go get us a snack. And now I'm gonna work on this. All right, so this is grid. Got it turned off, and the grid goes directly into our pressure switch. So when the well needs to pressurize itself, the switch will turn on, and it passes power down into the well, the pump in the well, and it pumps water up until the tank hits a certain pressure, and then this turns off. Once this turns off, it's disconnected the grid and the pump turns off. And so it'll go up to 60, down to 40, up to 60, down to 40. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and run grid into this switch, and then from the switch back into the pressure switch. Then from this switch, I'm gonna go to a plug like this that I can plug into a generator. And so what it'll allow me to do is come up here, and there'll be a second generator plug over here that I can open up the door, take this plug that'll be dangling right here, plug it into a generator right over there, plug it in, and then once I plug it in, I flip this switch, turn on the generator, and poof, now I have well again, and I'll have water even if the grid's down. Now this is our old well house that we're actually replacing, but for now this is our well, and the grid's down. I don't know when it's coming back. I mean, literally we have no idea when power's coming back. So since we don't know when power's coming back, I'm going to go ahead and get this wired in so we can fill up the toilets, take us a couple showers, and then come up here. You know, we'll just run the generator, take our showers, get our water, disconnect it, drive the generator back down, connect the generator to the house. All right, like we said, this is grid. Now grid is going up to this input. All right, so this wire on the top goes up and goes into the bottom of this switch, and then the outside comes back down to the pressure switch, which then from the pressure switch goes down to the well. On the top side, we got the wire that comes out, comes over, and goes to a plug, and we can take that plug and extend it into the generator, and now we'll be able to fill up the pressure tank. Now I'm just going to double check everything, button everything up, turn on the generator, check my power there, flip it over, and this thing should fill up, and we'll let April record all that because the sun's going down. We gotta hurry. Extension. Now we plug this into here with a lock on top. Extension comes over here, plugs into our plug, locks. So now we've got that plugged in. Now we can start it. It's going to get loud.
We think. He forgot to choke it.
Now, with that, I should be able to That thing's slow back there. See our solar panels back there? It's been a godsend.
Telling you.
Without that,
I
we
have
would be in
never been
trouble.
more excited to have a geek for a husband.
So this is our third day without power.
Mm-hmm.
And we're outside because we're trying not to use power. Because even though it looks really sunny right now, it's been cloudy, sunny, cloudy, sunny. So
Right.
we're trying to let the batteries get 100% charged.
Conserve,
Then
conserve.
we can go and do something, maybe. But anyway, the point is, we're running out of resources because this is the third day. There's no gas to be found.
None.
People are fighting over gas,
Mm-hmm.
like goobers. Hoarding it.
Yeah,
like
being rude,
goobers.
hoarding, coming in. Our mom got shot a bird and cussed out because she said, "Can you move your truck?" Because he was done pumping, and
Yeah,
it's
people
insane.
people are being crazy.
People go crazy when the resources are low.
All right, well, let's flip the camera and show you guys what we're just going to piddle around with while we're charging batteries. So this used to be storage. Look at it. Everything is shredded. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this down, thankfully, and get rid of it because we're kind of tired of it anyway. We're tired of looking at it. I had tarped it, tried to make it last a little longer, then a hurricane comes along and wrecks it again. Tarps off, everything's just, yeah. So we're gonna get all of this cleaned up and moved out of the way. I don't know what we're gonna do with all the stuff. Maybe pile it in the building, but so that's our plan, to goof off outside. And then now sun's come out now.
No, let's quit doing this and go back to
Yeah.
in the house and being lazy.
Yeah, now I can go inside. Nah. We didn't have anything major. You can kind of see the one tree that did fall. Well, two trees. I'll have to splice in the other bit of video.
I didn't see that.
There's a tree across the road down there, but it's a little bitty one. So we have had very little damage.
Compared to other people, yes.
Yeah. All right, well, we're not going to film this because we don't have a tripod or anything else set up, but maybe I'll film April doing work and I'll just stand here.
That's typical. May May.
So we're over here taking this one down. We want to get it down and put up so that it doesn't go over there and run into the solar. Thankfully, it blew it over into these trees. So we're gonna tear this down, stack up the poles, keep them for probably some more side projects, little things. Do not buy these. They're a waste of money. These things are only like 2 months old. Alrighty. Got that all cleaned up over there. Got this one all cleaned up. And I think that's it. Got a lot of poles for side projects or practicing my welding. And we just got to clean up that mess at some point. I hope it didn't ruin those two pieces of metal. It looks pretty bad. I might need to go take that cinder block off. May, what are you doing over there? What's your May doing? Tanky, what you doing? Tanky chewing on a stick. Show him your stick. Tanky, let me see it. Hey, what you got? It's hot in here because April's been cooking potatoes.
Wings, baby.
Wings and
Potatoes.
wings and potatoes. So there's the potatoes. Got a fan blowing some hot air out of here. Now let's go get the wings. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Look at those wings. You ready? Can make some room. We got too much wings.
Never.
You didn't even loosen up the burn ones for me. So we're doing a thing. I am temporarily wiring up the grow watt so we can power our well because we've been without power for
This is the fourth day.
this is the fourth full day. It's starting to look like it might rain. We've already wired in the generator at the well house so that we could run the generator at the well house, but the problem is if it starts raining, we can't run the generator in the rain. So April had a good idea. We're going to reverse the grid.
Yeah,
We're turning off the grid.
correct.
And down at this other box, I can turn off the grid disconnect. I have two disconnects down there. They're both off right now. So we have two safety nets. So don't worry about the grid, the linemen. We're not going to hurt the linemen. All that's turned off. We're isolated from the world.
Correct.
Now, we're about to test. We've just turned this on, so we should be getting our proper voltages here. And so what I want to make sure of is this should be 120. Oh, that's right. I had turned off my two breakers. So now I'll turn on my two breakers. That's my two AC breakers. 118. 118. 240, just like I expect. Now, we have C to C, B to B, A to A. Now, when I connect this, we should be good. And now, we should be able to read between here and here. 110, correct? Or 118, you know. 118, and then across these two, we're 237, 240. Now, that's it. So everything's good here. So now I'm going to flip this on. All these breakers are off. Everything's turned off. Nothing's running. There should be zero current. Zero load. Well, 1.4% because it's going to pull load on its own. Now, I'm going to run all the way down to the other house, the other box, Now I'm gonna run all the way down to the other box. And we're gonna let April turn on the power going to the grid. Not the grid, I shouldn't say that. I gotta start all over. Now I'm gonna go down and get prepared at the other box, the isolated box. We're gonna let April turn on the power to that isolated box. But first I'm going first I'm gonna go down and check it to ensure that we are off the grid, we are isolated, just to make sure one more time. I know we are. We're gonna check it anyway, because that's who I am. I'm gonna go check it anyway, we're gonna make sure it's right. Then we're gonna switch places. We're gonna put April at the well, and I'm gonna be in here, so that when she turns on the well, I can monitor the usage. How much wattage is it pulling? Okay,
Here we go.
here we go. Everything's running, and we're running about 1.6 kilowatts. So that's excellent. That is excellent. So we got temporarily wired up to where this can run our well, which is a long way away. That is so excellent. Whew. Well, it's been a few days, and we did not record any more video that showed the well actually working on the inverter, but I promise you it did. Everything is great here now. We have bright blue, nice, awesome skies. Everything's great. It's gonna be sunny for days. So just wanted to wrap the video up and say we're doing great. Chicken's got new snacks. They got a new snack block and a pumpkin, and we're doing great. I'm glad that it wasn't as bad as it could have been, and we're super blessed that we got very little damage. So stay tuned though. Those two sheds we tore down, we are building a 48 by 16 shed that will replace it, but this time we'll be using 4x6s, 2x6s, metal siding. It's gonna be nice this time. It's gonna be permanent. All right, Roadrunner. Being loud.